Hi there, I'm Zachary Quinto. This is my tweet out with @GeekNation. I'm an actor and an executive producer currently of the riveting and very compelling and addictive television series The Chair, which begins airing on Starz September 6th. Be there. At SUMCLS 2013 asks, what is your favorite food? My favorite food is hummus. At Yes Losing My Time, I want to see you in a Broadway theater before the end of the year. Any chance? I see a lot of Broadway plays, so we might run into each other in a Broadway theater before the end of the year. But I won't be doing a play on Broadway before the end of this year. But I will be doing a play on Broadway again, so hopefully you'll be able to make your way there to see me. At Spencer Sloan asks, what inspires you creatively? Music, nature inspires me creatively. Good theater, good films, good acting, good writing, good directing, people who are good people, animals, colors, and children. At Zach's Fan Japan, what is the most memorable thing when you visited Japan last year? Kyoto, for sure. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it and was so moved by my experience there. There was such a sort of spiritual vibe going on in that city in particular that I would say that was the most memorable part of my trip. Lindsay SFNM. Lindsay, hi Linz. What director, past or present, would you like to work with and why? Right now I really want to work with Jack O'Brien, who's an amazing theater director who I've seen many productions of, but who just directed a production of Much Ado About Nothing in Central Park, which is one of my favorite Shakespeare plays, and it was such a beautiful, inspiring production starring my very good friend Lily Rabe and Hamish Linklater and a bunch of other people that I know, and it was just so exciting that I really want to try to find a play to do with Jack, although he has a pretty full dance card. We'll see if I can wedge my way into it. At Darling Nikki says, is the Chair movie really going to be the same script, shot twice with two directors? How cool! How will they come out? Okay, yes, The Chair is going to be the same script, shot twice with two directors, although each of those directors gets to do their own pass, meaning their own draft of the script, and then they shoot their film based on that resulting material. So basically it's two directors directing two movies from the same source material. It is very cool. How will they come out? You'll have to ask them. At AirSat Zach, which is clearly stolen from me, would you call yourself a geek or nerd? I don't know. I mean, okay, if I have to. At Dolce Vino Rose, how'd you get so cute? Thanks for the smile. Just sending you some love. Thanks, Zach. Well, thanks, Dolce Vino Rose. At Lindsay, a different Lindsay. At Lindsay, oh, you're my old neighbor, Lindsay? Like actually Lindsay Sterling? Your old neighbor Lindsay here, sending much love. Question is, how did your childhood shape your love of acting? This is actually someone that I know very well, my across the street neighbor Lindsay. Well, I mean, I don't know, you would probably know as well as I would, Linz, because we used to run around the neighborhood playing release and making up stories, and I guess I feel like I was allowed to cultivate an imagination. Our parents really didn't get in the way of that, and I think we're both really lucky for that in our own ways, and I think that has a lot to do with it. We were safe. We were always kept really safe, and that also has something to do with it. So much love to you too. I hope you're well. At Gavin Keithley asks, what do you do when you want to get inspired for a role or project? I tend to, well, it depends. If it's like a historical project, then I read a lot. If it's a fictional project, then I try to, I try to stay out of my head, although I live there so much that I kind of, maybe I start there and then I use that as a launching point. I like to travel. I like to go to places that make me think or feel about the project I'm about to undertake. I like to write a lot. I like to dream. I feel like I can get a lot of inspiration from dreams. Not that I can make myself dream, but I try to dream. And I listen to music. Lindsay's back. All right. Of all the roles you've acted in, which one was the most flat out fun? Tom in The Glass Menagerie. Sunfell. It's my gang. When are you and Philip Kinaj going to make some more before after shorts? Those were a lot of fun. Oh, thanks. I don't know, Phil's right over there. What do you think, Phil? Should we get that going soon? Now you're such a big feature film star that I don't know if Phil has time for before the door or before after shorts anymore. But we'll see. Hopefully soon. At Sizzlin, would you ever consider returning to Heroes Reborn at all? I've been getting this question a lot lately. Obviously, I'm excited to know that they are reimagining Heroes in that universe. It changed my life for sure. I'm eternally grateful to Tim Kring and to that entire creative experience. I don't think my schedule will allow me to return to Heroes Reborn, but also I feel like creatively I'm in a place where I'm motivated to drive forward and to do things that I haven't done. So the notion of going back to a role that I've already played isn't necessarily one that I feel is resonating with me right now. But who knows? Who knows? We'll see. At Parker Sucks with an X. Your tweets have introduced me to intriguing books. What's your favorite read so far this year? I am embarrassed to admit that I have not read a book this year. All I've read is script, and that's no lie. It's terrible. I need to cultivate time for myself, and your tweet just reminded me of that, and now I will. At Daryl Streep, that's a good one. Hey Zach, just curious, will we be seeing you in any upcoming American Horror Stories? Not any upcoming American Horror Stories that have been filmed. Jordy Nails, do you often get to bring your dogs with you on your travels, film sets, and do they behave? Definitely. It's hard because Noah's a bigger dog and I won't fly with him. I won't ever put him under a plane. And people keep telling me that there's a way to get them certified as therapy dogs, which I have yet to do, which means that they can just come on the plane with you, in which case I would take them everywhere. But when we're in the same city, then they come to set with me all the time and they behave like angels. At Airsat Zach, how did you come up with your first Instagram name, Airsat Zach? I mean, that's right, and then you just stole it, so now it's your Twitter handle, and you want to know how I came up with it? How did you come up with it? I'm just kidding. Well, Airsats means pretend and inferior, so I thought if I was coming up with a name that reflected my presence on a social media platform, then it made sense that it wasn't really me, but it was a poor substitution of me. And then there's a Z at the end of that word, Airsats, and I wanted to somehow tie that into my name because I work like that. E-Siri 27. Will you be appearing in the chair at all? Oh, that's Sarah, right? E-Siri, yep. It's really the old home week here on the Twitter feed. Will you be appearing in the chair at all, or were you only involved behind the scenes? No, I'll be there, girl. Look for me on Stars, September 6th, Saturday. Film craze. What's the best advice you've ever received? Now it seems so cheesy, but I'll never forget that I was doing a production of Much Ado About Nothing, actually. I was in my very, very, very early 20s, and I was super frustrated because I didn't think that I was where I should be as an actor in my career. And one of the other older actors, who at the time was probably younger than I am now, does that make sense? It's very depressing. Said to me in my opening night card, always remember it's a marathon and not a sprint. And I've probably heard that 150 times since then, but having never heard it before, it resonated for me as it only could for a person in their early 20s. So I would say that's the advice that stuck with me. Bobby K. Quinto, we're not related. Or are we? What if it's like my cousin? I don't know. Is At Before the Door going to be doing more graphic novels in the future? Sure. Although we've been very, very fortunate to have a slate of film and television projects that have demanded most of our attention. Our graphic novel division was something that we developed and cultivated in our early days because we were looking for ways to diversify and ways to find opportunities to learn how to produce. So I hope we will. I know we want to. It's just now a matter of finding the time to cultivate and nurture the writers and the stories that we want to tell in that particular genre. Thanks so much, you guys. This has been my tweet out with @GeekNation. Thanks for your questions. I hope I answered them satisfactorily. Out. Everybody okay? Over there? That's the end. Bye.